All right. Greetings, love, balance, and increase to any and everybody who may happen to come across this page, come across this video, whatever the case may be for you. And yeah, hopefully maybe you was drawn to the video because of the title, who are you, so I'll go ahead and make it quick. I want to make it quick, because most people are impatient. Ain't got no patience, even though patience is a virtue. Just the same, you ain't got no time to be sitting up trying to watch and get no education, educating yourself or whatever, and so on and so forth. And that's the whole problem. You ain't got no patience. But just the same, I'm going to jump right into it. I'm going to try to keep it short the best I can, whatever the case may be, and try to keep it on topic, but, kind of once I get into it and the spirit gets to moving, it just, the truth just get to coming. But just the same, the title of the video was, Who Are You? And I call myself trying to take a couple notes over here and kind of write it down so I can kind of keep into the flow of things or whatever. So you may see me kind of dart over here and look at my little notebook or whatever, but just the same. I ask a question, who are you? Do you even know who you are? And you may say, oh, I'm Joe, I'm Bob, I'm Quincy, I'm Travis, I'm Mike, I'm Rebecca, or, I'm Tasha, whoever, then I can ask you continually, and who is that? Who is that? Who is Tasha? Who is Rebecca? Who is James? Who are you? Most people have no clue. Why is this? And I'm gonna throw this out there. And mainly I'm gonna speak to I'm gonna say Americans, because I'm in America, and those are the individuals that I happen to come in contact more directly, more often with people in America, because that's where I'm at. But just the same, most Americans ain't got no clue. The reason is because most people in America are like sheeple, want to be a part of the flock, or chattel, like they're called by those in power. They're all the same, and that's the truth. That's the truth. Most Americans only role play because you don't know who you are. So all you can do is role play. And I say role play in terms of when I'm with my friends, I act this way. This is who I am. When I'm at work, I act this way because this is who I am. When I'm at church, around church people, this is who I am. And whatever the case may be. So you only role playing. And but which one of them is really you? Which one is the real you? Do you even know? Do you really know? And most people don't. Most people don't have a clue of who they are. They just follow the trends, want to be like everybody else, no individuality, in terms of their person. When the trends hit, everybody want to wear Jordans. When this hit, everybody want to wear this. When I was younger, everybody was trying to wear Jabos or Guess, or I even got one for you, Z Cavarici, if you even remember that. I'm giving my age away then, but whatever is in, you want to be part of the in crowd. As if, you got to fit in, as if who you are isn't enough. And the reason you feel that way is because you don't know who you are. You don't know where you come from. Plain and simple. You don't. Why not? Because most people haven't taken the time to get to know thyself. Know thyself. Because if you really knew who you were, you would be you. You wouldn't have to role play. You could just be you all the time. Simple enough, right? But you can't, because you don't know who you are. So you jump from this person, from this role, to this role, to this role, to this role, to this role. This persona, this mask, this mask, this mask, this mask. And every time you surround somebody else, you changing your ways. Shape shifting. Ooh. But you don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. And that's a big issue, especially for melanated individuals. Black people, whatever you want to call them. And I'm speaking mainly to my people, but I'm speaking to all peoples, because all peoples are my peoples. I don't care what color you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have no clue of who you are. That's why every time you get around somebody else, you don't know, I can't be myself around them. Hey, well, who is yourself? Well, why can't you be yourself if you really know who you are? Unless you're ashamed of who you are. Because you can't look yourself in the mirror because you know you foul. I don't know. I'm just, just throwing stuff out there. Everybody got their own individual reasons of why they don't know who they are. And most people, the foolishness and the crazy thing about it is most people don't have a clue that they don't realize who they are. You follow me? Most people don't even realize that they don't know who they are because they spent their entire life being someone else, being who their mama wanted to be, being who their friend wanted to be, being who the pastor wanted to be, being who the job wants them to be. And they don't ever take the time to be themselves. They don't ever take the time to get to know thyself. I mean, I'm a child of God. You sure you're a child of God? You don't even know who you are. So how can you even say that you're a child of the Most High or you're a child of whoever? How do you know when you haven't taken the time, like the scriptures say, to know thyself, to lie on thy bed and commune with thyself? How do you know who you are? Man, you cats don't know who you are. You don't. And it makes it so easy for somebody else to come in and dictate to you who you are or who you should be. Who has the authority to tell you who you are? And who is foolish enough to allow somebody else to tell them who they are? Only the one who's foolish enough and doesn't know who they are to begin with. I mean, it's plain and simple. It's plain and simple. The word says, know thyself. Lie on the bed and commune with thyself. Read and meditate on my word daily. And that meditation, or whatever the case may be, you go through the scriptures. He tells you who you are. He tells you He tells you who you are. Who you're supposed to be, or who you're supposed to be like, or, supposed to be imitators of the Most High, imitators of Christ, yada, 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 Just imitate it. And we say you are him or this or that or whatever the case may be. But you don't take the time. Most people don't take the time, especially in America, to take the time to realize who they are. You're jumping in life, living life, and doing these different things for the moment. For the moment. To appease the flesh. Sacrificing thyself. Even though the word says obedience is better than sacrifice, sacrificing thyself to make somebody else happy. And that can even go deeper because you can ask most people, and I've asked this to a number of people, what makes you happy? Like, makes you happy? And most people will say, doing this or doing that or doing this and so on and so forth. And most people aren't happy with who they are or who they perceive themselves to be. But nor do they take the time to improve on that being, to improve on who they are and how they perceive themselves. Because when you look in the mirror, you lay in bed at night, you laying with yourself, or you dealing with yourself, when you're taking time to know thyself, when you're communing with thyself, you get to know who you are. You get to know how you think without everybody else around. You get to know how you feel without everybody else around. But most people don't take the time to actually pay attention to do that. And of course, living here in America, they know this. They want you to be chattel. They want you to be able to they want you to follow everybody else. They want you to follow in suit, Chattel, sheeple, slavery, same thing. And all the slaves are supposed to do what they're supposed to do. All the slaves are supposed to follow in suit with all the other slaves are doing. Telling you. Enslaved you. Have no clue of who you are. This trend comes out, bam, I gotta be this. I gotta be in the in crowd. What the heck is an in crowd? What is that? In what? In what? Well, hey, this is what's happening. Is it what's happening? Is it? And so you want to be a part of it? You can't be you and be a part of XYZ. Nah, because most people are not going to necessarily accept you for you. So, you get around these people, you got to put on that front. Do that role play. Got to talk this way, do that. But if you know yourself, you can stand in who you are. You can stand and be comfortable in your own skin. Most people are not comfortable in their own skin. They get around somebody who challenges that. They get to, getting riled up and frizzled inside, so on and so forth. Because they honestly don't know. You ask them, so what do you want to eat? Well, I don't know. What do you want to eat? You want to go such and such? I don't know. What you want to do? What do you want to do? You don't even know what you want to do because you don't know you. I mean, think about it. You don't even know you. You don't. Most cats don't. Most people don't. But yet they'll allow somebody else to dictate to them and tell them who they are. I'm telling you now, fam, that's not the way. That's not the way. And religion is great for that. Religion is great for that. And I'm sorry, I may get off topic, but like you have like Christians or Muslims or Hebrew Israelites or whatever. All these various groups with these labels, these names. What's in a name? That's what I said. Who are you? What when you say I'm Johnny, or who is Johnny? What do Johnny mean? What is that? I ain't got no clue. And you'll have somebody, one of these religious folks, come and tell you, oh, you do such and such, you feel this way and you feel that way. Oh, you're not going to make it to heaven. You're not going to do this. Hey, that's my goodies in there. Anyway, you ain't going to make it to heaven. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. Who are you to tell me who I am? Who? Because you read a book and you feel a particular way. You feel like you got some standing to tell somebody else who they are. Really? But let somebody else attempt to tell you who you are. You may or may not. I ain't such and such. I ain't such. Who are you then? Who are you then? Especially if you pass around and pushing doctrine on people, and because of what these various doctrines say, you want to say, well, you ain't gonna do. Who are you to judge, man? Who are you to judge? You don't even know who you are. You don't even know who you are. But you don't take the time. You don't take the time. I would like to say that, most of us are children of the Most High. We're children of the Creator, the Most High. But everybody not the child. Everybody not. That's just given. That's just given. Everybody is not. You know what I'm saying? Everyone was created by the Creator, but everybody ain't his children. Everybody aren't children of the Most High. That I will say. But who am I to say that you ain't, or this particular individual, you not. I have no standing on that. I have no standing. How can I, or anybody, say who somebody else is? I ain't worried about who somebody else is first and foremost. I'm worried about me, and who I am, and getting to know myself, know who I am. Key word being know who I am. And most people don't know the true I am, and that's the issue. That's the issue. And let me kick this out there, because I gotta say this, because I saw a video, and this is for these it's these Hebrew Israelite cats, man, because I hate, if you see one of my other videos, man, sometimes they be getting under my skin, man, because it just be irking me. But this hurt my heart because it's a radio station that got called, and I'm just gonna say it's called Cross the Fucking Line. If you know the Israelite community, you probably seen these cats upstate somewhere. Got this radio show, and they sit on the radio and blast. It's a dark-skinned cat, a brother, and then it's another mixed cat. Well, this brother called up, and he asked somebody else. Listen to this. He asked somebody else, how was he supposed to go about dealing with his family, or dealing with his own mother? Mind you, his own mother. He asked somebody else how he was supposed to deal with his own mother because he was biracial. He was biracial, meaning his father was black, melanated, whatever you want to call it. I don't like using that black word, but just the same. His father was melanated and his mother was white. And he called and asked this cat, how do I deal with that? So on and so forth. And this dude, he allowed this bright skinned cat, this other mixed cat that's on there bumping his gums and following these other doctrines that somebody else taught him. You know what I'm saying? That somebody else done taught him. You know, these scriptures that somebody else done interpreted for him. He sat there and let this dude tell him, well, what I did, I did such and such with mom. I told my mom such and such, because she was white, and we ain't going to have for this, and yada, 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 woo, woo. And he was like, oh, after a while, they got on board with it and blah. Come on, man. And sure enough, that's cool. But for that guy to say that this is right, and for the other brother who called in to actually accept and receive it, because mind you, it's a choice for him to actually receive it from somebody else, how he was supposed to think and feel toward his mom because his mom was white. Brother, I'm telling you now, you wrong for receiving the information, and the brother that gave the information was just as wrong. How you going to tell another man to feel a particular kind of way about his mama when that's his mother? And but because she's white, he got to treat her this particular kind of way or see her in this particular light. Man, if you know the scriptures say, honor thy mother and father so that their days will be long upon the land. How are you honoring your mother when you go to her and you have such an animosity against her? How? Now I can understand if she abandoned you or, molested you. Well, all this garbage that these people get, that these things that happen, these trials that we come through in our life, because there's some foolish ones out there. But how is that honoring your mother? How? How is that honoring your father? You're not, man. You're not. And if you allow somebody else to dictate to you how you and what's right for you, man, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. The Most High puts you in that situation. You understand me? Because if truth be known, he controls it all. He controls it all. You know what I'm saying? So he puts you in that situation for a reason. It's up to you to figure it out. It's up to you to seek him. To seek him so he can give you an understanding. So he can give you a revelation of truth. You know what I'm saying? But nah. This brother sat here and called in because I can understand the hurt and the confusion because all these cats out here trying to push these various doctrines in their own independent understanding. Listen, what the Most High got for you is for you. And when you allow somebody else to dictate to you what's right for you and not even consulting the Most High and you want to take everything in that somebody else is telling you, come on, man, you opening yourself up for open yourself up for the okie doke, brother. Opening yourself up for the okie doke. Because I tell you, my mom is white. You know what I'm saying? But she's my mother. She's my mother. She gave birth to me. In any manner or form in which I disrespect her, bring dishonor upon her, you think the Most High is gonna bless me in that? Huh? He didn't say honor thy mother and thy father only if they black, only if they Israelites. He said honor thy mother and thy father, period. Period. But these cats, we don't know who we are. So many of y'all don't know who you are. So it's easy for you to receive and you taking in everything, even though he give you a choice. He give you a choice. You know what I'm saying? Whether you receive it or you reject it. But you got to look at the spirit behind it, man. You're thinking it's all scripture and all wrote down, whatever the case may be, and it's all what's written on the paper. Right? It's all a physical word. Man, this is a spiritual thing, man. A spiritual thing. And y'all want to try to put everything in the flesh. The word say this, word. Come on, man. You think it's only one dynamic to the word? You think it's only just this right here? You don't think that the Most High got this level and 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 this level? Come on, man. Come on, brothers. Come on, sisters. Know thyself, but you don't know yourself. And because you don't know yourself, you're so easily misguided. So easily led astray. Easy. Most of you, most people, most Christians, I guarantee, don't even take the time to fast. The words say fasting and pray. Hey, that's the way, pimp. That's the way, family. Fasting and praying. Well, what does fasting and praying do? Fasting and praying, first of all, the prayer gets you closer. Gets you closer to the Most High. It's that interaction with Him. That reading and meditating on His Word to bring you closer with Him so He can give you a revelation, so He can give you an understanding, so He can give you a revelation of the truth. The fasting is, this body we in, this temple we in, this body ain't me. I'm the being inside of here. I'm just inside of here. But most people don't fast. If you took the time to fast, you'll realize that when you're going through them fasts and you're doing something for real and you seeking Him, meaning you cutting those things out of your diet, cutting those things out of your life for a period of time or whatever the case may be. Most cats don't want to do it. You ain't fasting from nothing serious. Oh, I'm going to fast from eating candy. Whoop-de-doo, man. Whoop-de-doo. I mean, I take that back. I'm not going to say there ain't no power in that, because if you addicted to candy, you addicted to eating candy and sugars every day, hey, you better get that stuff out your system, man. You better get that stuff out your system. But if you get to fasting from it, you start hearing them voices. Man, don't we want some candy? Man, don't we want some of that pork? Don't we want some of that such and such? Who you think telling you that? Where you think that's coming from? Huh? Where you think that's coming from? That's all them other little entities that's in this physical vessel with you. And trust me, there's other consciousness going on up in you. All them viruses, them bacterias, them fungi, that candida. That joker loves some dadgum sugar. Loves some sugar. Really. That flesh. That's why the words say that flesh is sinful. Sinful. That's why you deny that flesh. And when you get to denying that flesh, the struggle gets real. The struggle gets real, brother, sister. It gets real. But most people don't even want to do it. It's too difficult. It's supposed to be difficult, man. It's a battle in this mug. Not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, man. Higher places, realms that you can't see. Where you think that's at? Where you think that's at? Wonder why you craving this and you craving that. Is it you craving it, or is it your body craving it? Because if you know it's not healthy for you, oh man, but I gotta eat it. You can get all this information about how bad and how horrible smoking is for you, or this, or eating meat, or all this candy or processed foods. Hey, you just keep on doing it. You'll stop or whatever. You'll break your fast because you can't even be true because the struggle's too hard. But it's supposed to be that way. That way we can do all things through Him that strengthens us. Do all things through the Father, right? 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 Supposed to draw strength from Him. But it'd be too difficult. The battle be too real. We just can't quite do it. That's the whole problem. You can't get all that extra gunk out your system so you can take that time to really know who you are. Is it you that want that? Is it them other entities, those other beings that's up in there with you? You don't know. You don't know. And until you take the time to fast and pray and clean that temple out, so you ain't got all that other stuff going on up here, all them other things speaking to you in this flesh, man, you ain't gonna never know who you are. Never gonna know who you are. If you call yourself a child of the Most High, you got to follow His word. You got to walk out on faith. Just try it. And you'll see that the struggle is real. But once you accomplish it, then you'll know what you can do. And you'll have a better understanding of who you are and what's inside of you. You understand? Some of you will, some of you won't. Hey, I see this video getting a little bit too long or whatever the case may be. But it's just something I just wanted to kick out there, man. Get to know yourselves, sisters and brothers. Get to know yourself instead of allowing other people and other beings and entities to dictate who you are to you. The Most High tells you, you know what I'm saying? If you call yourself a child of the Most High, He tell you who you are. He's giving you promises. If you do this, I'll do this. If you do this, I'll do this. But you don't have the time. You're too easily distracted. You rather sit up and watch, American Housewives and, Basketball Wives and all this other kind of hoopla, American Idol, all this kind of garbage, being distracted. You ain't got no time for it. No time for the Most High. No time to get to know yourself. You don't know whether you're a child of God, a child of the Most High or not. You don't. Well, how come? Because you don't take the time to know thyself. You don't take the time to be into his word. You know, bring into my storehouse so there'll be food in here to eat. So there'll be food in here to eat. That's the real tithing. 24 hours in a day, 2.4 hours is all you need. You can break that up if you need to. But you don't even tithe to yourself. You don't even tithe. You don't even tithe to him. You say that this is his temple and his spirit dwelleth therein. With tithe to him. Spend time with him. But you don't. Because you ain't got enough time. You got this, you got that. Hey, where your priorities at? Where your priorities at? What's more important to you? Hey, just a little bit food for thought, man. So I ask you again, who are you? And are you sure that's who you are? Hey, love, balance, and increase to any and everybody who may have seen this video, man. Hey, I wish you all the best. Wish y'all the best, man. Man, the Most High be with you. Because if he ain't with you, he must be against you. And I fear for you, brother. I fear for you. Hey, love, balance, y'all. Hey, y'all have a good one. Peace out.